Okay, hi everybody. Ivy Rivera, Psychic Medium, coming to you from the Ivy League Psychic Academy here in Buffalo, New York, where we are raising up the next generation of light workers. All classes at Ivy League Psychic Academy are becoming downloadable. About half of them already are. So if you're interested in self-development, spiritual development, psychic mediumship, astrology, a whole bunch of other things, check out the website, Ivy League Psychic Academy. If you want to book a reading with me, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. Now, real quick, before we get into your weekly horoscope based on your zodiac sign, we do have a psychic fair going on in here tomorrow. So my gallery shows at 6 p.m. If you didn't already get tickets for that, you can do that on the Ivy Rivera website. That's going to go for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then at 7 p.m. the doors open for the Walk-in Night Mini Psychic Fair, showcasing graduates and current students and healers of the Ivy League Psychic Academy. That's going to run from 7 to 9 p.m., $10, gets you 2 tickets. So come and join us. It's going to be a ton of fun. And we are filming for Ivy the Medium TV show here tomorrow. Now, what I like to do is your weekly horoscope based on your zodiac sign. What that means, and I know you guys love to post in the comments, what about Aries? What about Taurus? I go through all of them. I start at the beginning, I go all the way to the end, so you don't have to keep posting. If you didn't hear it, go back and listen. When the show goes up, it will also go up to YouTube. So please like, share, subscribe, Ask a Medium, Ivy Rivera, Psychic Medium. Okay, we ready to get started? Now, after I do this, I will be taking your questions here on Instagram and Facebook Live. And when you post your questions in the comments, my producers over here will be taking them as they see fit. You do want to include the names of living or deceased that you're asking about. Okay, let's start with the weekly horoscopes.
Aries.
All right, now these horoscopes are running from, what is today's date?
11/29.
This is a Thursday today?
Yes.
So we're running from Thursday, 11/29 to next Thursday, which will be
December 6th.
December 6th. Okay. So here's what I'm getting for Aries for you this week. I'm hearing Tuesday as being a dynamic day coming up for you. A day where I want to say a lot of things may feel as though they're being thrown on your plate and you're being told, deal with this. It seems as though this is a bit of a theme throughout your entire week, because I feel the same thing going on Monday leading up to that Tuesday. What's really going on for you, though, is that these are opportunities for you to take this workload, these lessons that are being given to you, and to, instead of looking at them as though they're burdens or it's something you're being bothered with, I almost want to say this is a great week to be open-minded and to analyze in your relationships as well as your work, what am I supposed to be taking out of this experience? Why did this come my way? Why is this on my path? So you take what's been dumped on you, so to speak, and I want to see you process it in an uplifting, thoughtful, intelligent manner, analyzing why it happened. Come Wednesday and Thursday, if you've done this properly, you're going to start reaping some benefits from that. I also feel like some of the things that are going to be dumped on you Tuesday that maybe were a little bit out of bounds, maybe someone should not have done that, I have them by Wednesday and Thursday checking themselves and saying, you know, I really appreciate the way that you handled that. I shouldn't have done it that way. Okay, so there's some interesting dynamics going on for you. Okay?
Taurus.
I'm going over here with Taurus. What I feel is you backpedaling a little bit. I want to say that there were 2 different situations that are possibly one connected to a relationship, and the other one feels to me more like your work, your education, your money. It feels that these are unresolved issues, and I may be going back even a couple months. So things surfacing for you, one of them seems to also be associated back with September, the first 2 weeks of September. What I'm hearing from your guides and your ancestors is that while you're maybe feeling as though you're backpedaling to an issue that was unresolved, figuring it out, sorting it out once and for all, you're also really technically moving forward. It seems that you may need to take a couple days of hibernation. On Monday, I'm really feeling that it's going to be important that you go in your shell, you stay inside or indoors. That's going to really represent just you going inward and maybe being silent, cutting off from people, especially through technology, and allowing these things to come to fruition and then come to a sense of closure. I have Thursdays being a big prosperity day for you. Anyone who is looking at purchasing what feels to me like a vehicle or something larger, that would be wise to do, especially in the afternoon. Okay?
Gemini.
When I'm going over here with Gemini, I'm feeling the first 3 days, which is going to be today, okay? So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I feel things moving for you very, very fast, very, very quickly. Almost like there's no way to slow down, there's no stopping, and none of the circumstances or people or problems around you are slowing down one bit. So it's kind of like you really can't. I also feel like you're incredibly strong and you feel comfortable being in the flow of that. I want to say, you know, as a Gemini, we're so amazing at multitasking. We may not even notice that to someone else that might be stressful. So I have, I want to say all of these things going on at once, but by the third day out from that, so we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, by Saturday I have you coming down kind of heavy from all of it. And it feels like that's a day for you to analyze, okay, what have I really been doing? I want to say pat yourself on the back with all of your accomplishments. And there's a lot of tolerance, okay, being pulled out of you, a lot of tolerant attitudes being required of you through that whole phase. Now, the other thing that I'm hearing come Friday, which is going to be tomorrow, is where did this come from? I can't believe all of this came in so fast. So I do feel blessings coming at you, and it's almost like out of nowhere. These are possibly things that you've been waiting on, or news that you've been waiting to hear. Pay attention to emails, phone calls, texts, things like this, okay?
Cancer.
What I'm feeling when I go over here with Cancer is, Cancers, you're reaching out to some of your fellow fire signs. I see you reaching out to Leos. I see you reaching out to, I want to say, the people in your circle that are also offering you loyalty, or you're close to, in a sense that you can lean on them. So what seems to be happening for you for approximately 2 days, and I want to say I'm going more to tomorrow and Saturday, so Friday and Saturday, it almost seems as though you're processing a lot and you need an emotional release, you need a mental release. So I see you paired up with another Zodiac sign. It doesn't really matter what sign it is, okay, as long as they're offering that kind of stability to you. This is not a time for you to go in your shell and cut off. And it looks to me like next week, I'm watching you nourishing yourself more on Wednesday, getting ready for some, I want to say, high energy situations that will be coming in on Thursday. I want to say your speed has to be up to par on Thursday. Keep up with everything, multitask. Go, take advantage of those opportunities that are coming in. Seems to be a lot of gossip also going on this weekend. I want to say tune it out and pay attention to paranormal attacks and people's toxic junk, okay? What is mine, what is others, that's you, okay, well then that's your problem. Keep it outside of you, okay?
Leo.
I'm going over here with Leo. I feel you going backward, I feel you going forward, I feel you being wishy-washy. When I see you going backward and looking at the things that you've been examining over the past, feels like 3 to 7 months, I have you looking and analyzing whether or not these things are of value to you. It seems that you'll be taking some things and unloading them. It's almost like a laying down of these things. I do not see you burying them. So they're not done. You're just, it's almost like you're laying them to rest for a while. After you do this, it's almost as though you're putting your attention over to other things. So Friday is going to be, meaning tomorrow is going to be a big day for that. Monday morning, all the way into Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, I hear the phone ringing, I hear opportunities coming to you, I have the lights turning on and you thinking, okay, I want to take advantage of this, I want to go in this direction. What happens during that time is that you start moving faster. So whereas maybe you've been wishy-washy and back and forth between your past decisions and your future direction you need to move into, I see you moving very, very quickly after that happens. And I see you doing it in a red sports car, which is going to represent power or you feeling dynamic. I also want to say don't make decisions based on fear this week, and don't make any decisions based on your emotion, okay? But do feel energized and enjoy the ride, okay?
Virgo.
Money, money, money. Putting money away, signing contracts. Tuesday, Wednesday, signing contracts. Money, money, money coming in. But when you take the money coming in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you are to put it away into savings. It's almost as though you have a list, okay? So I just saw almost like a Santa's list of wishes and wants and desires. You have a whole bunch of things that you've had to put, for many of you, I actually feel like I'm talking about a home, a property, real estate. And for some of you, I'm even feeling like things like the kind of phone that you want. So we could say like smaller pieces of technology that aren't necessarily cheap. So big purchases and smaller purchases, all of them being really important for your everyday life. I feel like you've had to put these things on hold. And when all of this money comes in this week, it's like if you do a good job putting it away and thinking about that list and dividing the money out exactly where it needs to go in an organized manner, you'll be able to, I'm seeing like tenfold, but really it's more like tenfold on the blessings, but it's doubling it. So you can say that these are wise investments, okay? So you're doubling your money.
Libra.
When I go over here with Libra, I'm feeling a lot of whispering. It's almost like your spirit guides whispering in your ears, your deceased loved ones and ancestors whispering in your ears, telling you loving things. I also feel that this is coming from people in your close circle. So my sense with this is that there are people who love you very much who are whispering sweet things to you. When I see the living doing it, it makes me feel like they want a little bit more of your attention, but they're not going to be asking, okay? So be mindful of who's around you and where you need to give a little bit more. Lately, I've been feeling, or I want to say what I'm seeing for you, is that the last like 3 days and possibly even 3 weeks, you've been a little bit closed off, staying to yourself. This is a time for you to come out and blossom. I want to say that you've been going through a lot of spiritual development, as well as analyzing where you are with your work and where you're spending your time, if you're dividing it up wisely. This is a time for you to come out. They show you as a butterfly, really kind of coming out of the cocoon and being able to give more because you're finding balance, okay? I feel like Thursday coming up will be a major test of that balance, and today may have been also. Don't forget what you learned. Don't backpedal, okay?
Scorpio.
When I'm going over here with Scorpio, I'm feeling like Wednesday is being a dynamic day for you, and I want to say Saturday, okay? So this Saturday coming up and then next Wednesday. Dynamic days for you. How you handle those 2 days are really going to dictate the direction that you go in over the course of the next month, month and a half. So pay attention to conversations, purchases, be mindful of any contracts and things like this that you're signing. What seems to be going on with you is that you have a lot to say. I feel like there are a lot of situations going on around you where you just want to say it. You don't want to have to hold back. No hesitancy there. You're not confused about how you feel. You're not confused about what you want to say. But I get the sense that we should analyze whether or not this is going to be for the highest and best good and whether it's productive. So what I want you to pay attention to this week is, even though, okay, this is primarily going to be Friday through Wednesday, even though circumstances are maybe calling for you to speak out, is it really going to create the outcome that you're looking for? I feel like this is a week for you to go in, and I do have your relationship guide working very, very closely with you on this, helping you to analyze. So go in and meditate on these every time this comes up. What is it really that is driving me to say or do what I want to do in response, okay? What is it really that I want to see as an outcome? And I feel shedding for you, okay? So you may be looking at some people in situations and being like, you know what? It's just broken. That's all there is to it. I'm going to have to shed these. And I find you becoming far more effective if you learn these lessons this week in communication and your actions with the things that can be altered through your manipulation in a wise manner, okay?
Sagittarius.
Work and travel, work and travel. So there's a trip coming up over here to the future for you. Whether or not you've already booked this and you're planning on going, or it's coming up in conversation and it's becoming like official. So this trip coming in here for you, driving you away, I feel a pretty long distance. So the majority of you going on these trips, and of course these messages will not resonate with every Sagittarius, but if this is your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, this could also make a lot of sense for you. What seems to be happening is that you're going a fairly long distance, so I would say nationwide. For some of you, it's also international. So I see you going overseas for this. Right before that, I have you really dotting your I's, crossing your T's with work, as well as some new investments. It's almost as though right before you go on this journey, or you decide to start booking this journey, it's almost like everything that you need to support it and allow you to go and be a free spirit is lined up so that you could say, wow, this was a phenomenal work week for me. Okay, this was a really good financial week for me. There's stability here and I can really go shake it up and enjoy myself. I also feel you connecting more with your Akashic record guide on this trip, not just when you go on the trip, but even in the trip planning phases. So pay attention to what your Akashic record guide is showing you about your previous lives and how that might be connected to this land and who you were. Okay?
Capricorn.
I'm hearing come out of your shell, come out of your shell. For Capricorns, I have you kind of with, and I can't describe a diagnosis, but I feel like a heavy energy this week. It's almost like heavy, almost in a state of depression. And I want to say I'm looking more at like Wednesday on that. I'm looking at Tuesday evening on that. I keep seeing babies. So some of you may be getting pregnant or having babies. Some of you may also be, a baby can represent, in my symbol base, a new business or a new venture. So you might be starting something new. And in the midst of all of that, it could be causing either a drain on your energy, or I almost want to say, celebrate this. Why are you not celebrating this? It's like you look serious. It's like you're holding back. It's like you almost want to be like, I'm afraid to celebrate because something bad will happen to me if I get happy. And I feel like that's not the wisest thing to do. I almost feel like this whole phase for you is a bit of a test to see whether or not, it's almost like God in the universe is watching you and your higher mind is paying attention to see whether or not you will actually celebrate this baby, so to speak. And I see all great things going on with that, but you do need to step out, okay? Really, it's more about your mental state, okay? Saying, I'm happy about this. I know it's going to go in a great direction, and manifesting that for yourself. And that's the theme all week long, okay?
Aquarius.
Okay. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, so again, remember, this is for your sun sign, your moon, your rising, your Venus. So Aquarius, you guys seem to be, it's almost like if I were to say that you were on a merry-go-round, okay, going around and around and around. It's a sign of productivity. It's a sign of progress. It's also doing the same thing over and over and over again, all right? So I would rather see you moving in a lateral way. But regardless, I have you doing this, and I almost want to say that I have you doing it in sort of a mindless type of a pattern where you're maybe not aware. And then I have you tripping and falling on your face and just getting up and being like, that's okay, no big deal, I'm fine. And it's like, okay, but stop and analyze why that happened. You need to, for you, I see you being able to get into more of a mental state on Monday and Tuesday that is more open than where you've been, because you got off this Ferris wheel, and so you're attracting different kinds of prosperity to you. I do feel like it will be affecting your finances as well as your work. You may see signs of this as soon as Wednesday and Thursday. Are these working?
The one stopped. But
Which one?
Started it again, the middle one.
What is that?
YouTube.
Okay.
And lastly is Pisces.
Pisces. When I'm going over here with Pisces, one of the things that I'm feeling for you is you need to, those of you who are smoking or vaping, this is a time to quit. I just got very sharp stabbing pains all throughout my back. Now, when a stabbing pain like that starts to happen, and I can't describe a diagnosis, it means that there were already problems in the front of the chest. So the lungs are here. By the time it gets all the way to the back, that's pretty bad, progressive. You need to let go of that. What I feel for you is that there's a lot of stressful relationships around you right now, or I even want to say one stressful, annoying person. I feel like this person has been there the last couple months, and I feel like you need to clear them out of your energy. I don't care what you do to clear them out, but cut your losses and get away from that situation, because you seem to feel a whole lot more than what you used to about this person or this situation. And it feels as though it's dragging down your energy field. Even though you keep getting back up, it's almost like I'm watching a boxer in the ring. Even though you keep getting back up, it's like the fight isn't over, okay? And so you can't stay in the ring for much longer. We need to figure out what we're going to do about that. So make the changes that need to happen. I am hearing new opportunities coming to you on Monday evening, but also on Tuesday. And what happens on Tuesday is almost like friends, better acquaintances, networking, work opportunities coming that could pull you out of some of these stale situations you've been wanting to leave. Is that it?
That's it.
Thanks so much, guys. This will go up on YouTube. And for people watching through Instagram and Facebook, we are going to get to the questions in just a moment.